first place.
You know, the indications we've had this week, Jim, are that perhaps the Miller American could run with the Budweiser if Chip were able to get the inside. But you see right now, lane 1 is probably going to be Jim Kropfeld. It's almost impossible to keep him out of there. Pringles is leading, but Jim has the inside. Now he moves out to lane 2, but Hanauer's out in lane 3.
All right, it looks now it's going to be the Pringles in lane 1, then Budweiser, then the Miller American. On the way outside, it's Frank Kenny Toyota, Oh Boy Alberto. They're all out there. The U22, Pietro Pizza in the final now by the alternate as the whole set, Miss Madison, has returned to the pits.
The Miller is inside of the Budweiser. Miller's in lane 2, Budweiser's in lane 3. This could be quite a boat race, Jim.
Got a traffic jam. It's Pringles in lane 1, Miller in lane 2, Budweiser lane 3, Oh Boy Alberto lane 4 in the rookie, and here they come. We've got 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1. It's going to be a good shot.
Seeing the first boat right now, it is indeed the Budweiser in first place in about lane 3. Behind the Rooster Tail is the Miller American in lane number 2. Way outside, Oh Boy Alberto, that's all I see as you go into the back chute.
Okay, I can see it's still a Budweiser sticking his nose off at corner number 1 first. Now Miller slows way down and gets back on top. It's about a 9-boat lead as you see it. Steve Montgomery down the back chute.
The Miller got cut off. Chip Hanauer went right through the Rooster Tail, and the Budweiser got very loose but was able to recover it. He almost stalled completely. Now the Budweiser has a half a backstretch lead.
Okay, it's a Budweiser in corner number 3, and we'll try to pick up the first meet for you. First place is Budweiser by about 10 boat lengths over the Miller American, followed by the Pringles and the Alberto. They're almost tied. Frank Kenny Toyota is back in the pack, and just coming off of corner number 4, Todd Yelly and Pietro Pizza currently running in 5th place, 5 boats. Here's the Budweiser, complete lap number 2 of 5. We'll pick up the speed. How about a Steve Montgomery?
146.460. He's moving pretty good. 146.
Here comes the Miller in 2nd place. Give me his speed.
It's about 131, but he slowed down for a while.
All right, 90 miles an hour slower. Here is the 3rd place.
About 119, just under 120. The 4th place boat at 115.
115 would be Old Boy Alberto. And overall 5th now would be Frank Kenny Toyota Volvo, and I said there was only 5 boats. I stand corrected. The 6th place boat is just coming off of corner number 4 right now. That's Pietro's Pizza with Todd Yelling. How they look coming down there towards you when they went through that rough first turn, Don Poyer?
Jim, an interesting note. The Pietro's Pizza was heading back into the pits. Todd Yelling thought he was still the alternate. Didn't realize Holston was back into the pits. All the crew waving at him, get back out onto the course, and he did so just in time.
You'd think that you'd think he'd be counting boats the whole time, wouldn't you?
Well, it's hard to tell out there when you're driving around 150 miles an hour, but he's back in there, and that's why he's so far back. He thought he was headed into the pits.
Here comes the Miss Budweiser, complete lap number 2 with 3 more laps to go. Oh, Jimmy flies the boat. He's got his nose way up in the air as he come around to complete lap number 2. And what's his speed, Steve Montgomery?
Well, he slowed down a little bit, Jim. He comes by at 141 miles per hour, and now Chip Hanauer will come across at 132, so he's running rather easily in the Miller American.
About a quarter of a mile lead. The Budweiser over the Miller American, who is 2nd. 3rd place, about 9 seconds off the pace would be the Mr. Pringles with Scott Pierce, 4th place in the rookie George Woods.
Something we might mention as I see the Miller American come out of turn 1 is that Chip Hanauer wanted a little more wing on the right side. He wanted to tame down that right sponson. But boy, what do you say about the Budweiser on that start? Look at, he's got a straightaway lead now.
And he came from 3rd slot to do it before he moved over in corner number 1. And he is now on lap number 3 of 5. And it's going to be the Budweiser, the Miller, Mr. Pringles, followed by Oh Boy Alberto, Frank Kenny Toyota Volvo. In your 6th place boat is Todd Yelling into Pietro Pizza as he bounces around. Complete lap number 2 as our leader. Miss Budweiser comes in to complete lap number 3 with 2 more laps to go, and we'll pick up his time as he again looks wild coming down there.
That same spot of the course, he always gets a little loose, but he's slowed down now to 134 miles per hour.
Don Poyer, he's coming down towards you.
I got another note for you. There's been no call at all about the Budweiser possibly cutting off the Miller going into the first turn on lap number 1. No call whatsoever by any officials, we understand.
Well, you don't know if he cut him off or he didn't maintain his lane. That's not up to us to say. It's up to the chief referee. And, of course, they're spying the sky in the helicopter. All right, our leader coming around for the green flag, and down the back chute is Miss Budweiser, owned by Bernie Little of Lakeland, Florida, driven by Jim Kropfeld from Cincinnati, Ohio, the crew out of Seattle. First place is Miss Budweiser with a lap and a half to go in this race's history, looking for his 4th victory in 5 tries. Only failed in Detroit because he jumped the clock back 2 weeks ago in Detroit. That race was won by Mr. Pringles with Scott Pierce.
Jim, I'm heading down to the winner's circle right now. We'll see what happens.
All right, we've got a green flag going. Now as they come off the corner, Budweiser goes way wide. As he comes around here, the green flag should be ready. Let's look up and see if he's going to get the green flag. He does. One more lap to go. He's about the lap. The Pietro's Pizza with Todd Yelling, and he again looks wild as he comes down.
Always look a little loose right in front of us, Jim. Every time we come to Pasco, there's a lump at the bottom of the river or something right in front of us. And as the fast boats come by, we can remember 10 years ago. They always got loose right here.
Well, we're on our final lap for our leaders as we come down toward the pit area. Don Boyer, of course, has gone by. And down to meet the winner, he'll interview for ESPN in a show that you'll see coast to coast on ESPN 2 weeks from today. And of course, a week from today, we are in Seattle, Washington. Those of you who cannot make it the Seattle trip here from the Tri-Cities listening to radio station KONA, KONA, join us on ESPN next Sunday for the Detroit race. That'll be released on network. Green flag signifying one more lap to go for Old Boy Alberto. Currently riding in third place.
Outstanding day for a rookie, by the way, Jim. That's George Wood's first time in an unlimited hydroplane.
For the first time since 1978, Bernie Little will pick up a victory on the Columbia course, 2.5 mile in the Budweiser Columbia Cup. The checker flag is out. Here's Jim Kropfeld, the winner in Miss Budweiser. And they'll get the seconds difference. Here comes a second place victory. Checker flag, 7 seconds off the pace for Miller American, finishing second with Chip Hanauer in this 5th race of 1987. Third place boat, pick him up if you will, Steve Montgomery.
It should be George Wood and the Old Boy Alberto. The boat coming down in front of you right now, if you're here on the beach, is not finishing third. That's a back marker. George Wood is just into turn 3. Coming by now and running right in front of us. I can take that back. Scott Pierce, we forgot about him. The Mr. Pringles is running third, and he is finishing right now. The 4th place boat will be George Wood and the Old Boy Alberto. Our apologies to Bill Worcester. Scott Pierce has had an outstanding day in the Mr. Pringles.
So Pringles is finishing third, gets the checker flag. And here comes the rookie George Wood for 4th place. And the Old Boy Alberto with Jim Harvey together. Have to be very happy with their first entry of 1987 to make the final. And that kid's going to come a long way.
That team has had everything possible go wrong this year, including that incredible explosion and fire that wiped out their truck in the first half of their season.
And here's the first appearance of this boat for 1987. The Frank Kenny Toyota Volvo Mazda, and driven by Miller Irvin from Coral Gables, Florida. He'll get overall 5th place money as he takes the checker flag.
You know, the big story, Jim, there is that it worked. This is a turbocharged Griffin engine, something that had never been done before. Most people hadn't even thought of it. And Dave Culley and the crew have pulled it off. They've done a pretty good job.
And the checker flag for your 6th place boat, which would be Pietro's Pizza with Todd Yelling, the U-22, sponsored right here in the Tri-City area and out the great Northwest. But the boat comes out of Madison, Indiana. And, of course, not a very happy day for the whole set Miss Madison, who were in the final, secured, something let loose. As Don Poyer reported, there was oil all over the driver's uniform, all over the windshield, something let loose. He returned to the pits. And he's from Madison, Indiana. The other Madison boat takes over the alternate and gets in the final.
You know, the sad part of that is that Ron Snyder had never had a better day. He had run with the turbines. He had wired the starts. He had had his nose right there. The veteran just doing an outstanding job, and something goes loose in the oil compartment and takes the whole set Miss Madison out of the final heat. That's really too bad.
And Jim Kropfeld with his strobe light going, waving to the crowd inside his enclosed F-16 cockpit, comes very close ashore on his victory lap, and everybody gives him a big cheer as he does so. We'll be back with more action on the Budweiser Columbia Cup 1987 after this timeout.
Mercury Marine engines are the